I still think you're an idiot for not doing this, by the way. The guy nods, and Jungkook knows exactly what he's talking about. He shrugged it off, unshouldering the jacket, made of the same fabric as the shorts, and quickly slipping it on. Jungkook returns to his seat behind the mirror. The boy throws his boxers into the drawer and then takes the leather straps. Jungkook is fiddling with the clasp on one of the straps as Jackson squats down in front of him. I'll take care of it, babe, get ready. Jungkook bites his lip, nodding, and lets the boy's fingers slide the straps further as he ties a small leather choke around his own neck, letting the thin ties dangle down the front, touching the smooth chest exposed through the plunging neckline of his shiny jacket. Jungkook grabs some hairspray from the table, spraying it on his hair, and tucks his bangs to the side, slightly exposing his forehead. All done, Jackson smiles at him, rising to his feet again, and lightly slaps Jungkook's thigh, which now flaunts 3 in a row of black leather straps. Thanks, the boy nods, smiling at the corner of his lips. He reaches for the belt that lay on the table and now fastens it around his waist, lifting the hem of his jacket. Long straps hanging vertically are connected to the straps on the legs, and now Jungkook is almost ready. Mary turns to the girl whose table is next to his. The girl takes a drag on her cigarette and looks up at him from under her false black eyelashes. Yes, Jungkook, do you have any glitter? Danny seems to have taken everything I had. He gestures vaguely at the table where some makeup is scattered. I did not. Danny cuts in, sprawled out on the couch next to me. Bullshit, the girl laughs, lightly pushing him to the side. I saw him use the latter. Snitch. Jungkook rolls his eyes, turning away from them, and sees Mary rummaging through a small transparent box, sorting through her makeup. Here, the small, round container hits the boy's fingers, and Jungkook immediately unscrews the lid. Scooping a little onto his finger, he leans over to the mirror and gently applies shimmery glitter to his eyelids. With a sigh, he closes it and tosses it on the table, then looks at himself in the mirror. After making sure that now his image is exactly finished, the boy straightens his hair for the last time and goes to the cooler to get himself some water. Mary, the manager, looks into the dressing room, calling out to the girl. 2 minutes. Yes, boss, she replies with a sneer, and the guy rolls his eyes. And then his gaze stumbles upon Jungkook, drinking water in his shiny black stage suit, leaning his elbow on the ill-fated cooler. Oh, Jungkook. You're here. I was about to call and ask why the hell you're late for work. Polite as always, Jungkook chuckles as the other dancers in the dressing room can't help but chuckle too. Their administrator is too nerdy at times and loves the rules, which none of them likes. They are not children to allow themselves to be scolded for any reason, are they? Stop it. The young man rolls his eyes again. You're after Mary, he clarifies, looking at his tablet. Brittany again, he asks skeptically, sending Jungkook a look and an eyebrow arched in question. Always Brittany, babe, Danny says instead of Jungkook, and then brazenly leaves a kiss on the manager's cheek and a trace of his dark lipstick before he slips out the door. Asshole, Yoongi sighs, starting to rub his cheek. Jungkook grins as he reaches over to the nearest table and fishes some tissues out of a cardboard box before handing them to the administrator guy. Just remember the basics and don't ask stupid questions, the boy shrugs when the guy takes the tissues from his hands. Then no one will laugh at you. You are being too serious. I'm doing my job, the guy mutters, wiping his cheek. That's just a friendly advice, Jungkook shrugs. You're not the first manager here, you know. And you better listen to us if you wanna linger. What do you know? The man looks at him with the same skeptical eyes. You've been working here for how long? 6 months? A year and still longer than you? Jungkook winks at him. It's different from the inside. Yoongi, he pats him on the shoulder in a friendly way. Trust me, doesn't matter. The guy sighs and gently removes Jungkook's hand from his shoulder. Prepare for the show. And don't be late anymore, or what? You'll penalize me. Yoongi rolls his eyes, spinning on the heels of his shoes and walking away to the taunts of the dancers. Jungkook his head as he walks over to the couch and collapses next to a smoking me. He'll be fired in 2 months. 1 month, the girl laughs, holding out her hand, and they nod to Jackson, who is sitting next to them on a chair, to break their handshake. They laugh as Jackson talks about how he almost ripped his pants from his new stage outfit today, and then Layla pulls him away to help her put on fake tan on her ass and back because she can't reach it. Mi noisily exhales smoke from her mouth, reaches for a nearby ashtray and extinguishes her cigarette butt. Is everything okay at home? Hyunjin gets shot up to a state where there is no feeling. Again, Jungkook sighs, leaning back on the couch and closing his eyes. I swear, we need to evict the freak. He will not flood us one day, but set our condo on fire. Cleaning won't help here. If we even survive, yeah, tell that to Mr. Raise the rent. As long as Hyunjin pays him, he won't lead a nose. Doesn't he care that Hyunjin's clients are always dropping by for dope? I'm sure he buys from him himself. The girl laughs, also lounging on the couch. Don't mind it. I'll give him a good thrashing this morning when we get home. What about pizza after work? Jungkook turns his head towards her, noticing the thick layer of makeup on her face. Under it, he would hardly have been able to recognize his neighbor in other circumstances. But for the stage, they always make up much brighter. In a lucky case, she raises her eyebrows and Jungkook smiles conspiratorially. Of all the eateries that are open at 5 or 6 in the morning when they finish their work, this one is their favorite. Definitely. Wait a minute, the girl nods, rising from the couch and walking to her desk. And a few moments later she comes back with a jar and a fluffy brush. You forgot about the powder, babe, she grins, habitually sitting down on his hips, and unscrews the lid on the jar. Jungkook shrugs, letting the girl powder his face, and takes a deep breath as he waits for her to get off before getting to his feet after the girl. Well, the boy grins, stretching his neck and arching his back so that the relaxed spine crackles. Then I'll go to earn money for the next payment of our utility bills. I believe in you, babe, she laughs while slapping. Jungkook gives a laughing back, and leaves the dressing room, hips wiggling, to good luck wishes from his co-workers. Boring, Taekook thinks, sitting in the VIP box on a low balcony with a good view of the stage. All this time he's been trying to figure out what's so special about the Moth if it's one of the best gentlemen's clubs in the city. When in reality, it is not much different from a regular strip club. Beautiful people dance and strip for the rich men who come to drink, relax and spend a lot of money. Another question, Taekook notes in thought, is why they are willing to spend so much money. Many of the elite clubs in the city also offer membership and complete privacy for their members. So what is so special about the Moth that makes people give such amounts? Taekook really hopes to find out. Thank you, our charming beauty. A male voice loudly thanks the dancer for finishing her performance. He invites the audience to give the girl an applause, while she, shaking the smooth curves of her body, walks a little more, allowing the men to thank her with more money again. Tae finishes the whiskey from the bottom of his glass, then signals the waiter with his fingers, wanting to repeat. He looks at the audience disinterestedly. Men sitting at their tables alone or in small groups. Their expensive suits, the same expensive alcohol on their tables and cigars between their fingers. He's looking closely and attentively, but without giving a sign. He tries to spot familiar faces to decide whether to approach them in person, and nods as the waiter places another whiskey in front of him. He beckons the waiter towards him with his fingers so as not to shout over the music. The young man leans forward, ready to listen. Tell the manager to let me know if we have any special guests today. Yes, sir. The waiter obediently nods to him. That's all. The man waves his hand and the boy quickly retreats. And after a short pause, the voice sounding into the microphone attracts the attention of those present again. For those who love something special, the host sounds enticing. Something innocent but hot, right? Baby cookie only for today and only for you. Gentlemen, baby cookie is the first name that catches the attention of a man today. He leans slightly in his chair, the alcohol is in his glass, and the man watches the scene carefully. He sees a light show that hides the stage to allow the dancer to move into, and hears the music begin to play. Tae chuckles. Is anyone in this club really good songs like this? But from the applause and whistles of some men, he understands that baby cookie is definitely loved for something here. Well, he's going to check it out by himself. He watches as the young body begins to move to the all too familiar beats, but he does it as if he's letting you hear the song for real for the first time. He watches as the young boy rhythmically moves around the stage, shaking his and walks along the very edge to draw even more attention to his person. He dances, too flexible and bewitching. He strokes himself, teases a little, moving especially hard to the fast rhythm, and flirts with the men sitting near the stage with his eyes. He stops in the middle, crouching slightly, fingers touching the buttons of his jacket, gleaming in the light, ready to unbutton it. Always saying, little girl, don't step into the club. Well, I'm just trying to find out why, cause dancing's what I love. Now watch me. He bites his lower lip, slightly lowering his head, hides his eyes under his bangs and, to the whistle of several men, unbuttons his jacket.